Most people spend their entire adult life doing work, spending money, worrying about money, and for this they start working again. It turns out to be a vicious circle out of which it can be very difficult to break out. Because of this, we can constantly complain about the lack of time for training. When we take this position, whereby we only mean participation in an endless race under the title of making money. But right now, something is happening that completely changes all the rules of the game. The futurist scientist Peter Diamandis said that at this moment in time, we are living in a period of rapid demonetization, when modern technologies reduce the cost or even make free those goods and services that not so long are carried a huge value, and according to the scientists, in the future, such demonetization will only accelerate. George Gilder, co-founder of the Discovery Institute, said, "The main event of this century is the overthrow of the material. Wealth in the form of material resources is losing value in economics and politics. The power of reason everywhere prevails over the brute force of things." From this, we can conclude that those people who work hard but don't allocate time for regular training and self-development in the near future may fall into this group. The main risk is that they can simply lose their jobs due to the gap of automation, just like in the last couple of decades. 85% of jobs in factories have been replaced by robots. Right now, we live in a world where, in our eyes, professional knowledge becomes a universal currency. Knowledge becomes a new money. Their value grows much faster than inflation. Knowledge can be converted into various intangible benefits. Therefore, it's some business connections that will help you in your future work or relationships with loved ones that will help you make your life happier. Knowledge will help your brain work better and bigger because of what they become the necessary component of which can help you achieve your goals much faster and more effectively. In order to shift the main vector of attention from excessive obsession with money for the search for knowledge, you need to understand that we acquire knowledge not only while studying at school and institute. Training is not process from 7 to 20 years. Training should please you all your adult life. Remember that hard work guaranteed success in the industrial era, but in the era of economics, knowledge is the main guarantee of success is a constant self-development. Learning is like taking vitamins. For a full life, you need a minimum daily dose of training, because intellectual peace is one of the most terrible diseases of the 21st century, which in the long term may have sad consequences. But even after we have determined the importance of self-development, the main question arises: how I can find time for learning and self-development? If I have a family, work, there is not enough time even for myself, let alone for additional training. And for this, there is one simple rule, the rule of 5 hours. The basic idea of this rule is very simple. No matter how busy you are every working day, you should allocate at least 1 hour to learn something new. Benjamin Franklin was guided by this rule. Every morning he got up early and used this time for reading and writing. He set goals for himself and followed the results. He experimented with new information and asked himself questions in the morning and evenings. There are 3 basic principles on which the 5 o'clock rule is based. The first principle is reading. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Mark Cuban, Jack Ma, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Surely, each of you are familiar with these people, and surely you know that each of them has achieved incredible results in their business. Warren Buffett, when asked to reveal the most important secret of the success, said the following: "You need to read every day. The more knowledge you get, the more effectively they will work. They will be layered on top of each other and will start working as a compound percentage, and every time they will bring you more and more returns." Elon Musk was asked to tell how he learned to build rockets, to which he replied, "I just read a lot of books." And according to Jack Ma, reading gives you an advantage. Reading people have more chances to learn about the strategies and tactics of other industries. Bill Gates constantly says that his norm is one book a week, and throughout his long career, he took an unused 2-week vacation, which he devoted to reading. Mark Cuban spends more than 3 hours reading every day. Mark Zuckerberg gave himself the installation should be read by a book every 2 weeks. Reading is one of the most important sources of knowledge. Even if you cannot allocate an hour or more time to reading, start with at least 20 minutes. The second principle is introspection. The rule of 5 hours also implies constant reflection and self-analysis, because when you analyze, for example, your past, you thereby provide yourself with the opportunity to extract some kind of lesson from your committed mistakes, if any, or consolidate knowledge that you received through properly done actions. With the help of introspection, you will be able to understand how to achieve your goals and improve your life. For this, just give yourself a little time to think. For a start, just 5-10 minutes will be enough. Think about the questions that you need to ask yourself and try to find answers to them. And finally, the third principle, experiment. Such famous people as Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Edison achieved the result due to the fact that they constantly experimented and tried to do something new. When you experiment, you will get the real facts and not just assumptions. You can get reliable information about what works and what doesn't. You can learn from your mistakes, extract of this experience and apply in further work. When all these principles become a habit with you, when you begin to gain more and more new knowledge, experiment and apply them in practice, analyze your past experience and to learn valuable lessons from it, you will be able to become much more successful, productive, and take your whole life to a whole new level.